court. But then it has to be done in Nigeria before Friday.
So you needed to come home and discuss it.
Unfortunately, when the first people didn't want to believe it, I was having a serious attack of kind of fever or whatever it is, and I could not make any decision
At home.
At home.
Right.
When we arrived in home, and Tojuku was one who then, when he came, he went and made made the statement. He made the statement about the Aburi, and the governor of the Midwest, AJ, then rang me at that very early hours of the game.
If there isn't, I should say, if there aren't validities to the demands of Nnamdi Kanu or his grievances, there will be no currency to his words. But he speaks clearly, speaking the mind and the grievances and the pains of a people. To ignore what he is saying will be stupid. He is the one who has embraced the use of the language that the Nigerian state understands. But he is not the only person who is aggrieved in Nala Igbo. Killing Nnamdi Kanu today, there are 1,000 waiting to take his place. Because the reality is that he is not speaking to his personal pain. He is speaking to the pains of a people.
In my own opinion, I think that the 6 geopolitical zones that were created, I think by Abacha or who was it, I think it was a deliberate and calculated attempt aimed at containing the Igbos. That is my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. And let me explain further. You see, part of the basis, part of the reasons why the government gave at that point in time for the creation of these 6 geopolitical zones was the fact that it was not just created out of geographical locations, but based on the fact that people that were similar in culture and other things were brought together. So the question I begin to ask myself is, how is it that there's no similarity between an Igbo man and the Niger Deltans? You quite agree with me that there's similarity, right? And secondly, let's look at the creation. Why I say it's a deliberate move to contain them in one place is the fact that, look at the way they would have been privileged to the water if not for the fact that they were carved in the middle. If you look at it, you see they were carved in the middle, which deprived them of having a seaport. But when you look at places like Lagos now, Lagos is privileged to have that by virtue of the fact that it's close to the water. And funny enough now, you get to look at it that the seaports that are supposed to be viable in the Niger Deltas are not viable. Why are they not viable? You should answer that question to yourself.
In the final, Nigeria needs to be divided because one Nigeria is consuming us rather than helping us.
So, do you think that the Igbo presidency, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Nigeria can divide before 2027 if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released?
No, don't forget that the people that are holding Nigeria to divide are the Yorubas because they play tricky politics. In the sense that they will tell you that, oh, we need to ally. But now, if they deprive Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to be president in 2027, that's the end of Nigeria. Go and mark it. All this one you see, Aeropies running up and down, calling all sorts kind of names. To hell with him. They are not the owner of Nigeria. You see the way they are killing my people in Benue, in Plateau, in Taraba. Are we happy about that? What has Aeropies done about it? Aeropies, has he come out to condemn what Fulani men are doing in Benue? Rather, he's talking about Fulani men, what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing. These are the people who deprive what is it called? Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi in 2019. Peter Obi and Atiku, they win squarely in 2019 election. But they knew that Buhari failed. They backed Buhari up. Today now it's crying foul. If Tinubu were to be Fulani, will El-Rufai come out to condemn him? He will not condemn him because he's a Southerner now. He's telling you coalition of Ada, which has failed on arrival. Whether they give Peter Obi to run that ticket is going to fail.
Okay, you are saying that if they deny Bola Ahmed Tinubu ticket, he will break this country. How did you arrive at that justification?
No, you should know that it is general to.
Does he have the capacity to do it?
Who?
Bola Ahmed Tinubu,
I'm
if they
just
deny
telling
him?
you that it is the Yoruba that is holding us together. Igbo is already out of Nigeria. You know that. So if out of 3 wives, 2 say you want to go, 2 have the majority. Out of 3, 2 have the majority. Or even the British who are supporting these Fulani to take over Nigeria so that they will be making Nigeria. By the time 2 people ready to go out of 3, the whole world will listen to Nigeria.
Thank you. As Yakubu Gowon refused to understand the situation of the Middle Belters and the Middle Belt in Nigeria up to this date. What is actually going on? You are from that region, and we are seeing continuously, non-stop, of Fulani killing with Danjuma. Never for one day condemn the killing. What is actually going on?
Thank you for having me this morning. Yakubu Gowon, coincidentally we are from the same region, but I must tell you, and my viewers, that Yakubu Gowon is playing mind game with Nigeria. Everything that is happening today in Nigeria today is really caused by Yakubu Gowon. Caused by Yakubu Gowon in the sense that when Aburi died, he was the one that took over, which it was not even the time of the Middle Belt. If you understand the history very well, now he took over this thing, and Ojukwu said, okay, we can't continue like this. Let's do regional government. Going to the southeast to go and do it, they were afraid. Somebody volunteered himself to go to Ghana, and that's where we have Aburi Accord. They went to Ghana. He was the head of state. Ojukwu Gowon was there. Usman Kastina was there. Robert Adepowale and all other guys were there. They went with Johnson Bolaji Navy that was in Lagos State. They went for them to go and do meeting. The agreement they signed, the Ojukwu signed was to go back to regional government. Because Ojukwu foresee this Nigeria that if we allow the federal to rule Nigeria, we will go to be facing all these things. But the moment they departed from the meeting, Lord Lugard, who is a criminal, who is aimed to carry people just together and name it Nigeria, is a criminal. They call Yakubu Gowon and told him that if they allow what Ojukwu said to be final, that the federal will be weak. Yakubu Gowon scattered that agreement in half. And today, look at what we find ourselves. As I speak to you now, the region where we are from the Middle Belt, Yakubu Gowon ancestral land has been taken from this Fulani. I keep saying it without fear of anybody, these Fulani men who have come to take over Nigeria, they are strangers. They are not Nigeria. Go and look at it. Nigerians, the 3 ethnic groups we have in Nigeria was the Igbo, the Hausa, and the Yoruba. The Fulani was not in the picture. When these Fulani men came, they were hiding under Fulani Hausa, but today they are taking over Nigeria. It is only a bastard that will destroy his father's house. Because these people, they are bastards, they are foreigners. They came in, they want to take Nigeria by all means. And that's why you could see that somebody like C.J. Musa will tell Nigeria, oh, the people who came to kill in Benue, they are foreigner Fulanis. How do we now differentiate between foreigner Fulani and the original Fulani? Don't forget that even the Buhari, who was the former president of Nigeria, if you trace his origin from Niger, how did he become the president of Nigeria? Who is asking that question? If not, how come Buhari invested so much in Niger when he was a president? Under Buhari, railway was built in Niger. He bought fleet of cars for Niger. He tied road, university, in collaboration with the Minister of Transportation, which is Ameti, and that's why I'm against this coalition called Ada today. It cannot stand. Despite the words of Bola Ahmed Tinubu will finish his 8 years. Except Biafra come and everybody will go on their own. What the Northerners are supposed to be championing now is division of this country or regional government, not about coalition.
But can Tinubu lead people are saying that if they try to dismantle Tinubu's ambition 2027, Tinubu will break Nigeria.
That's where we are going into. That's where we are going now. That's where we are going. We are gradually getting there. If you look at it, America now are predicting that Nigeria might not more than 2030 as it is going. Because a particular region, which is the Fulani, cannot be more than other Nigerians. As worse as Buhari government in 2015 to 2023, they did not call for coalitions. Obi and Atiku, they defeated Buhari in 2019 election. Did they allow them to take over? They did not. Buhari government was the worst regime, nightmare Nigeria has ever had. Nothing a Fulani men did not rise up to form coalition to stop Buhari's second term. Why is it that under Jonathan, the same thing they did in APC, they formed coalition. They knocked Jonathan could not achieve his second term. Now it has gotten to the side that the same thing Tinubu now, they are forming coalition.
But Tinubu was part of the coalition that brought them Jonathan down. He aligned with them too.
Look, let people say it. If Tinubu was there, the same thing Amechi was there too. But we are not fighting it for Tinubu. We are fighting it for the Southern. I am from the middle belt. But let's say the reality the way it is. It is not only when the Southerner is ruling as a president, these Fulani headmen, they feel that they have the audacity to call for coalition to bring the Southerner down. Have you forgotten how they use Boko Haram to frustrate Goodluck Ebele Jonathan? I said it, they collaborate with Obama, and they say there is what is called a kidnap of Chibok girls.
Gowon is still blaming Ojukwu for the war up till now.
And that's why I tell you that Gowon was playing my game. Ojukwu is innocent. Gowon caused the war, Biafra war. And that's why I'm saying Gowon should apologize to Biafra, millions of Biafra that died during that war. Because what they planned in that Aburi code, if we are to be followed, they will not be Biafra war.
What is happening to Gowon, and of course, God forbid, in Middle Belt, was it as a result of the role Gowon actually played? That if Gowon has favored the Fulanis, why are they Fulanis coming to attack and destroy Gowon this time around?
God spare Gowon, for Gowon eye to see the evil he has caused. If Gowon will have followed what Ojukwu, the template Ojukwu laid, many Nigeria will have been a great country today, because it will have been more useless for the British. You will just have Nigeria there, every region will be catered for its own. But the British knew that if they allow what Ojukwu forecast for Nigeria to work, they will lose, and that's why we remain slave to British today. You can see the problem. But the Fulani now, why they are coming to take ancestral land of Yakubu Gowon now? Before 2015 election, don't forget that there is statement Nigerians are forgetting. Buhari told the Nigerians that if Jonathan win that election, he will make his government ungovernable if he forces himself on Nigeria. At the end of it, when Jonathan hand over, say take the election, go and rule Nigeria. Those Fulani elements that Buhari and APC brought from African country to Nigeria, did they go? They refused to go because they knew that Nigeria was a fertile ground. The instrument given to them, they were not using it to kidnap in the bush. A Fulani man will tell you that, if you see hunter in the hand of Fulani, they will tell you it's a hunter. But if you see a gun in the Igbo man, they will say it's an icon. See it in the Yoruba man, they will say it's an arm robber. 16 of them that were expire in those states in Uromi. How did they move their gun from the north to the south? They are not asking questions. All the people that have been killed in Benue so far, now, did you hear any Fulani governor to come and condemn? Did you hear Sultan of Toto to condemn what these Fulani men are doing? But he will come on here and tell you that the phone he's using is a terrorist organization. And that's why I said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the prophet of our time. What Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said is fine. Nigeria needs to be divided. Let everybody go. Since they don't want a regional government will have been the better. But they don't want regional government. Nigeria is going to divide. And that's where we are going to right now.
Okay, finally now, let me put this question. Gowon say Igbo presidency as forgiveness. You give Igbo presidents, it will mean forgiveness that they have forgiven us. Whatever that transpired during the Nigeria-Biafra war, Igbo presidency can be able to sort that out. But a lot of Biafrans all over the world are not agreeing with Buhari, Gowon or the Northern Fulanis on that, because what's their reaction on that?
The truth of the matter is that it's too late. Average Igbo man is not interested in Nigeria. If you look at it, the structure, these Fulani men has captured Nigeria, that even if they make you a president, they will decide what you want to be. Under this Buhari government, Tinubu government now, who is the chief of staff to the security? Is it not new Rivado? What is it? The former governor of Gowon is another. If Peter Obi is there, wouldn't they detect for Peter Obi? How many years Obi is going to stay there? Give or take 4 or 8 years. Obasanjo was there. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was there. What did they do in the south? They did not do anything. They used their self to serve the north. So how do you now assure us now if you give Igbo presidency, Igbo will take? The only difference is that even the Fulani, the British will not allow Igbo man to rule, because the day Igbo man rule this country, Igbo man will expel British. Igbo man has the capacity. It's only Igbo tribe that have the capacity to deliver Nigeria from